till the lights go down, 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 till the lights go down, down, down. I've been feeling alright, I've been taking.
What's up, guys? A man that does not have the sauce is lost, but the same man can get lost in the sauce. I'm Puckerin.
I'm Chris Brookbanks. Welcome to the Scared of Success series.
Yes.
Today, we're going to be talking about eating to live versus living to eat.
Yeah, and I've been talking to a lot of people, and they live to eat.
Yeah.
And they don't even actually realize that they live to eat.
You have no idea.
And that's why they're dying.
Yeah.
Slowly, but it's happening. But
before we get started, we got some deals going on, guys.
Yep.
We extended the $9.99 special from January, so we're going all the way to the end of February, February 28th this month. We got $10.
Yeah, $10.
Enrollment.
$9.99. Yeah.
$9.99 enrollment. No key tag fee. No enrollment fee, so you're saving about $100.
Yeah.
You can come try out the gym for 30 days. If you
Yeah.
don't like it, you can cancel, but you're gonna love it, so you don't want to stay.
Yeah.
And then you're saving $100 from joining.
Yeah, and then we got the 28-day challenge,
Yep.
which is just getting insane.
Yeah.
So the February 3rd enrollment is already packed.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do a separate enrollment from February 3rd to the end of February 3rd. That way there's a different category for all of our different winners.
Mm-hmm.
We've got at least 5 to 10 enrollments in the last few days.
Yeah, easy.
But it's awesome now. So we got 8 half-an-hour one-on-one sessions. Still going to get your custom exercise program. Still going to get your custom meal program. But now you can choose one of our 12 or 13 amazing trainers.
Yep.
Train with any of them that you actually like. It was funny because when we switched over the actual format, people were like, "Oh my God, you're changing it. It's changing, and I don't like it." Then they literally had 1 or 2 sessions, and they're like, "This is absolutely amazing. It's much better this way."
Yeah.
And I knew it would be better than this way. I think that for beginners, that they require a lot more attention.
Yeah.
And I don't think that classes are great, and there's nothing wrong with classes at all whatsoever. I think classes are almost for those just coming out of that beginner stage into that intermediate stage where you're already comfortable with what you're doing, and you don't lack the confidence at all whatsoever. The competency, knowing the names of the exercises, it's a little bit more advanced that way.
Yeah.
But the one-on-one sessions is going to give you, first of all, an amazing value.
Yeah.
That's why you can only join the 28-day challenge 3 times.
Yeah.
But you also get it's very teachable. So there's a lot to learn in a very short period of time. Weekly pictures, weekly measurements, showing you the progress that you're making on a weekly basis. Des joined me last week, already down 3 inches and 4 pounds. I had another client just join me last week again, down 4 pounds, 2 inches. So it happens really, really fast when you pay attention and you have somebody to actually keep you accountable.
And you know what? I've got a client that did the 28-day challenge last month,
Yeah.
and she did the classes.
Yeah.
And since she started the one-on-one with me, she's down 4 pounds.
Yeah. Maureen's doing great too. I think she's keeping up her. I think that the 28-day from the classes in last month, and even though she missed a few and she went away on vacation, she was actually able to keep the lifestyle going. And I think that she's a lot more motivated to continue going.
Yeah, she was here early this morning.
Yeah, she was. She was at the 6 a.m. club this morning. So
we've also got a draw going on right now, guys.
Oh yeah,
we're giving away a supplement package.
Yep.
So we've got a chocolate peanut butter protein.
Yep. Which is amazing, by the way.
We've got a grape pre-workout.
Which is amazing.
It's amazing. A peach mango BCAA.
I haven't had a chance to change that one. I tried that one. Yeah, have you tried it yet?
I haven't tried the peach mango.
But I know it's delicious.
Yeah, it's peach mango.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And then what else?
And fat burner.
Nice.
And fat burner.
Nice.
So total package price is about $145.
Yep.
Go check out our Facebook. You can buy your ballot for $10.
Yeah, okay.
So you get the entire package for $10 if you win.
Yeah.
We'll be doing a live feed
Yeah.
and doing the draw as soon as all 30 of the spots are filled.
Nice,
So
sweet.
make sure you jump in and grab your spot.
Yep.
We'll also be doing a membership giveaway.
Yeah.
Probably later this evening as well. So
nice.
make sure you guys hop on to that.
And then on Success Saturday, we're going to do the water draw giveaway as well. So everybody that's been doing their drinking their 2 liters of water. Actually, I think we only had 2 people. I think Dan's going to get 7 ballots, and I think it was
I know we had John
oh yeah,
had a ballot.
Yeah, John had a ballot, and one more person had a ballot. I think Candy had a ballot.
Yeah,
so,
she did. Yeah, she
so
did.
we'll throw you guys in. That'll be crazy because Daniel had like 7 ballots. That'd be crazy if John or Candy won. And then what else? So we got that draw. We got the and then maybe we'll start a new.
We'll start a new challenge.
Yeah,
and
then end of the month we're gonna do another free membership giveaway, a live feed membership giveaway. So keep your ears open for that. That's gonna be absolutely amazing. But it's time to get into it. So are you eating to live or are you living to eat? And I think that I was actually having this discussion with my fiance the other night, and I'm like, you know, I eat stuff that I don't like, especially during, like, I'm kind of like off season right now, so like I'm eating a ton of vegetables. I'm eating 2 cups of vegetables with every single meal that I eat at all whatsoever, and now I hate vegetables. Now, with that being said, I know that vegetables are very, very important. It's a very, very, it's a staple foundation food to the desired outcome that to the outcome that I desire, which is a lean body mass, which is a lower fat content, okay? Optimally functioning heart rate on a regular basis. You know, obviously I want to be I want to have enough fiber so that I'm regular with the meals that I'm eating throughout the course of the day. So these are all reasons why I need to eat vegetables, but I don't even like them. So, you know, that is specifically an example, of eating to live. Because, listen, before there was Pepsi or Doritos, there was hay and berries on a leaf, on a branch, and there wasn't any Pepsi or Kool-Aid. There was just streams of water. Before there was even cups, you just stuck your hand in it and drank the water.
And you had no choice. That was it.
That's it. There's no choice. There was no sugar.
You can't go to Walmart and buy roasted chicken and
if they were spoiled little bitches, we wouldn't even got here. We wouldn't even. They were like, I'm not eating any of this. Let's just die. So it's you got to know the difference between if you're eating to live or living to eat.
And unfortunately, most of us are living to eat, man. Social functions nowadays are based on food. You go out to watch a game, you're not going to your buddy's basement to watch it on a 52-inch TV. You're going to Boston Pizza and you're going to order some wings. Or if you do go to your buddy's basement, you're ordering pizza and wings. You're going to have some pop and some chips, and there's always food involved. You can never get away from that.
I think that anything that you do nowadays, you can go to like a gala for like an event, a fundraising event, food. You go to your kids, football game, food. So there's just every social event that we have is very much so attached to food, and very little attached to there being a healthy choice food there. So it's really rare that they're like, oh, and by the way, that's the salad bar, and over there we have celery and ranch dip. Like, that's what comes with your chicken wings. And most of the time people don't even eat that. They just eat the wings and like 1 carrot stick and dip it in ranch.
They dip the wings in the ranch.
Exactly.
Leave the carrots.
So I actually jotted down a few reasons that I think I know that what the habits that you have when you're eating to live. So not liking the food that you eat, but still eating it. That was one of the things I just touched on. Eating for a goal. So, you know, like I have a lot of people, like first of all, I hear all excuses in the world on the regular basis. The flop is, stop the flop, by the way. But I hear excuses all the time, and the majority of the excuses are just excuses, and I can't really justify them. It's like, I don't have enough time. I don't want to give up such and X food, Y food. I'm scared that it will be hard. The reality of it is that it will be hard. There will be a little bit of suffering involved in it, but it's all for a greater cause. And one of my clients said something to me today that really, really resonated, and she said, now, it's only been 2 weeks. She's only been with me for 2 weeks, and I told her she could have a cheat meal 3 days ago, and she said she went to have it, and she's like, it upset me. Like, it made my stomach feel bad. I wasn't really even the happiest that I usually would to eat that food. That happened with another client of mine, it was maybe about 3 days. It was Super Bowl. So I just said, go ahead and have a cheat. Don't think about it. Stay within this caloric range. If you have pizza, have 4 or 5 slices, even 6. Have a salad with it. If you're gonna have wings, try to keep it to the 10 to 12 mark, and have a salad with it. But both of those clients were just like, man, I didn't feel good. And I'm like, yeah, that's inflammation in your body. That's your body starting to heal itself, and then you doing damage to it again. Yeah. So what's more important, you know, eating, loving what you eat, or living being functional? Yeah. So
Caitlin Lucier just commented and said, "I'm always hungry, not an excuse, the truth." That's another thing about living to eat instead of eating to live. When you're not eating to live, you're not. Most people don't eat enough food.
Exactly, and they're not even really hungry. They don't feel that feeling.
No, but then when you're not feeding yourself and you're not fueling your body properly, that's when you do become hungry, especially if you're exerting yourself. Yeah. Caitlin, you've been in the gym working out a lot more than...
Killing it.
Yeah. A lot more than you have been. And your body is now using all these extra calories and burning this extra fuel that it doesn't have. So now you're getting more hungry.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's when you go home and you're tired from working out and doing your cardio, but you're starving. So
and also thinking throughout the course of the day, and all the mental energy that you're expending as well. Yeah.
So now you're just grabbing whatever's there, right? You're not, and your odds are you're not prepared.
Yeah.
You don't have your meals prepped.
Yeah.
So there's nothing there to go to. That's
and also we restrict ourselves. So like a lot of the times, like we watch these stupid, and we'll talk about fake news on another episode, but a lot of times we get fake news, and then we think like, keto, I'm never going to eat another carb my whole entire life, so I'm just going to do this, I'm going to do that. And so now you're depriving yourself so much of what your body actually needs to produce, what your mind needs to function at a sane level throughout the course of the day, so that you can deal with the things that are happening throughout the course of your day, and then feed your body for what your body actually needs to function optimally as well. And so we have this idea that when we do want to start eating healthy, we eat as little as possible and expend even more energy, and that's where you got the function all wrong, because when you were overweight or out of shape or less active, you know, you didn't eat breakfast, then you ate a huge lunch, then you didn't eat for the rest of the day, then you got home and ate till you fell asleep. And so you never actually ever hit your caloric window that you're actually supposed to hit throughout the course of the day, nor do you even understand what your macros or your caloric window actually is. And so you've been, you know, in a state of deficiency for so long, which I have done too. Like I have also almost ate for overate or underate a certain way for an aesthetic look that I thought that I wanted to achieve, which is actually wrong too. So you know, there's two sides to this. There's eating to live, living to eat, and then eating for a desired outcome, but still not having the proper knowledge to give yourself that desired outcome because you have the wrong idea about food. I have a client specifically right now that's like, I give her food, and she's always complaining about it being too much food, no matter whether it's good food or bad food, or she doesn't like the food. She's not used to eating as much food as I prescribe for her, and so, you know, she's like, I can't eat all this food. But I'm like, if you just, it is what it is, if you force yourself to do it for the first couple of weeks, like my metabolism is on fire right now. I just told you, I just ate a shake before, I drank a shake before we started, and I'm starving already again. So, you know, and I'm going to eat after this, by the way. So, you know, once you understand the difference between eating to live and living to eat, and then finding that perfect balance between the two, you'll be a lot better off mentally and physically.
And it's not our fault. It's not our fault.
We've been programmed this way.
Exactly. Right? We're conditioned. And it kind of makes me think of Pavlovs Dog Experiment, where they had a dog, and every time they would bring him food, they would ring a bell. And every single time for like months, they brought him food, rang the bell, brought him food, rang the bell, every single time he ate. And then what they did was they stopped bringing him food, and they rang the bell to see what would happen, and the dog started salivating. He would get hungry. So now, because he heard the bell, he was expecting the food.
Exactly.
It's the same thing for us. When we, and specifically with emotions.
Of course.
When we start to feel a certain way, we go to food. Whether it's, if you're happy, you'll go get that food that makes you associate that happiness with
celebration. Or whatever happiness is to you.
Or if you're upset, you'll go have some Ben & Jerry's chocolate ice cream.
Exactly. And one that's even worse than that is when you get upset and you don't eat, or when you get too excited, or when you have anxiety and then you don't eat. So like, you know, again, it spins itself on the opposite end of the spectrum both ways. Marty said the hunger is a working metabolism, right? And so that, and Brandon said, but I'm hungry, you know what I mean? Because the metabolism is actually functioning the way that it should again. And then Caitlin said, I'm actually considering going semi-vegetarian, which is called flexitarian, ironically. I'm taking a nutrition class, learning a lot about what I'm doing wrong and how you need to fix it, and that's what we need to be doing.
So she asked what our opinions are on that kind of diet as well. So
flexitarian?
So
I love flexitarian.
I love it, and actually it is rated one of the top 3 diets in the world.
It is actually.
Right under Mediterranean and the DASH diet, which I don't
I don't like the DASH diet either. No. But when I was actually in Atlanta and I was really, like, remember I called you all scared, like, oh my God, we're dying because we're eating too much meat. And it was true. I don't care what anybody says. There's still way too much meat. It's still overconsumed, and it's causing a major inflammation in our bodies. If you go with a more of a flexitarian diet and really monitor the amount of meat protein that you're taking in, the proper amount of fiber, the proper amount of fats, the proper amount of like carbohydrates, you can create a metabolism. Like I said, like a lot of the times when I have my refeed meal, I have to be really, really specific about what it is that I actually want, because again, like you said, mentally, factory settings, the way that we're programmed, default settings or factory settings versus custom settings, the way we have to train ourselves, I automatically associate, like when my coach goes refeed time or, have a cheat meal, we call it refeed because it's really not cheating. It's like, you're resting, you're giving your body a little bit of excess calories so that it can actually kind of replenish what you've been taking away from it. But I always want to do like a burger and fries or blah, blah, because traditionally I feel like that's what's going to make me feel better, when really I would have been better off maybe having a little bit more carbs or adding some extra fat. But actually knowing what my body actually wants, needs, likes, and responds to versus what it wants. Like, I love cheese, so I got to have pizza, and if I don't have pizza, then I don't really like. It's like, no, that's when you're getting into specifically eating, like just living to eat, and you're just doing it for like an emotional feeling, or like, my grandma used to make this, it made me feel so good, but it really made you feel so bad, and you don't really understand the difference between the two, so it's really, really important.
And you can't feel the bad, because when the rest of your diet is bad, then everything you're taking in is making you feel that way, so you can't feel the difference.
And one of the things that I wrote here was, you're addicted. So like sugar is one of the number one food addictions in all of North America, all of the world, and so a lot of the times with addictions, you're in denial. So if somebody says to you, you know what I mean, you're doing this wrong, or you're not eating right, or you're going, a little bit too far one way, or a little bit, you're not doing enough this way, you get offended. Or if somebody says, you should really be looking out, for, you're getting a little bit overweight or whatever like that, you get offended. And so you start to do exactly the opposite of what you should be doing to fix the problems, like I said, because either you're offended or you don't even understand the difference between eating to live and living to eat. You can't like everything. Life's not meant for you to like everything. Nothing grows unless there's a little bit of stress involved. So if everything's just always perfect, you're probably eating a lot of Whoppers and you know what I mean, and pizza, and not really, you're disregarding what you need to be focusing on. I actually wrote, you will also disregard the ingredients. So like I always watch these videos where like Lucky Charms has the same properties as like antifreeze, and like, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and you're like, I love this, but you're gonna disregard the fact that there's actually like an arsenic or something in there that's actually killing you. I haven't eaten those cereals for, honestly, since like 2013. You know what I mean? And I don't even want to, because I know I know the side effects to the ingredients that they're putting in might not be killing me today, but eventually down the road it's going to be killing me, and there's so many other things that can be killing me.
Like Coca-Cola.
Exactly.
And Brock DeMarce just said, I'm addicted to Coca-Cola. Can I get fit while still drinking an excessive amount of Coca-Cola?
No. Not really. No. I can't lie to you. Like, it's the ideology. A lot of the times we want to be able to create a custom setting that will work for us, our goals, and allow us to still keep doing the wrong things. The best way to, and I wouldn't normally recommend this, to be honest with you, but since you're full-blown admitting that you have an addiction to it, I would say, let's pull it a little bit. Let's pull back on it a little bit. Add the exercise in, and then say, once we get through 4 days of this, have a Coke. Because this is what's going to happen. On that 4th day, when it's time for that Coca-Cola, you're not going to want it as much. And then the next time, you're going to want it less. And then the next time, you're going to want it less. And then the next time, it's going to hurt your stomach. And then you're never going to want it again. I'm not going to lie, I have a little bit of a Diet Coke addiction myself. It's not where I need to drink it in excess. It's that if I start drinking it, I'm going to keep drinking it, and that's actually what lets you know that it has an addictive property. Because remember when I was first dieting, when we first got here, and I found a case of Diet Coke, and I put it in the fridge.
2008.
I found like an old case of Diet Coke and literally drank one every single day for a month. And it was like I was like kind of hiding it. Like I would just like keep one, put it aside. I would just take a little sip. I literally felt I was addicted to Coke.
I would find empty Coke cans all over the gym.
I
found them on the squat rack.
I remember you taking pictures of me and throwing it on Snapchat. Like, well, you know, Carlos was here, and I just didn't even remember that I put it there. It was like I blacked out on a Coke binge. That's absolutely insane. But hey, man, I that's how I really didn't understand, or maybe even unconsciously, and I said that to Marty. Marty had in Natural Path for the Win. Marty said, "Make it or your reward, Coca-Cola." And Marty loves Coca-Cola too. That's why he actually said that. Because remember, he was a picture one day, and you couldn't even see the can. Like you couldn't see the name on the can. I was like, Diet Coke, because I know what it is. And for me, I have to make that like a reward, right? And now if I was to drink a Diet Coke, it would hurt my stomach.
That's what I did too. And that's when I first started. Man, I love pop. I used to Dr. Pepper Cherry. And Cherry Coke was like.
I love Cherry Coke. That was my. When that came to town, I was getting it all. Like I wasn't taking a chance on it running out.
I'd go to Costco and buy 3
as many as you can. As many as you can.
As many as I could carry, and it wasn't many because it wasn't working out. But and then when I started lifting, I had to cut it out completely. So I would treat myself with a Diet Coke or a Diet Mountain Dew.
I loved Mountain Dew,
on
by the way.
On a cheat day.
Mountain Dew was another one of my like.
Mountain Dew Code Red. I used to get all the
Mountain Dew Code Red, Blue Avalanche, all that other stuff. I loved it all, right? But like I said, the less of it that I actually had, the more damage it did to me when I did have it again, and the more. So you got to detox. A lot of the times you've been doing this very in small increments for such a long time, you build a tolerance to this. If you give a brand new newborn baby some pop, they would hate it. But then eventually they would love it, right? Because it's more about the pleasure sensors. They do scientific research on what the human mind and body loves and what it triggers, and they're just turning you into a product addict without you even really realizing it. So it's really important to eat to live, man. I want to live. I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I wrote here for my kids. I want my son to understand the self-control and the discipline aspect of things, and for him to inherit. Which he kind of already has, because he's seen me extremely overweight, and then he's seen me in extremely good shape, and he could make the decision at a young age, like, I think I'd rather be in extremely good shape, like, over anything.
Definitely.
And I remember when he was like 7 or 8, like, he would see like an overweight person, and he'd be like, Dad, that guy, like, he's fat, like, his dad didn't tell him? You know what I mean? Because he just didn't know. Like, in his mind, his factory setting, his default setting is, less pop, less juice, give me some water, I'll take a Gatorade or a G2. He doesn't need certain things. Like I was telling Marty today, I could have a case of pop in my house for like 6-7 months, and it would never, my son wouldn't over abuse it. He would literally still reach for water, still reach for alternate things. He doesn't necessarily need pop. And so he, at a very young age, is already eating to live.
And if you're not setting those good examples, then all you're doing is setting your kids up for
failure.
Because I mean, I didn't have, when I was growing up, there wasn't really much of a restriction on
anything.
Absolutely.
And
so I just went for whatever made me feel good.
Exactly.
And mentally, not necessarily physically, and whatever was there a lot of the times.
My mom was out of shape and overweight. You know what I mean? All my family was out of shape and overweight, and we all felt really good about eating really bad food. And that was kind of like, culturally, what I was taught was, eat food that makes you feel good. When you're together, eat more food. Eat until you pass out. Eat until you feel like. So, I was taught to eat. I was taught to live to eat.
And we are. I mean, when you go to somebody's house for dinner or something, you have a potluck, everybody competes to see who brings the best dish, the most tasty dish, whoever brings the dish with the most cheese in it.
And the thing about that is that refeed meals, and I actually want to add this because I think that it's important to understand that we don't want to take away the humanity in what you're actually doing. We're all human beings. We're going to like certain things. We're going to want certain things. We're going to crave certain things. You know, every once in a while, I'll specifically be craving a gyro or whatever that is. But when you do a refeed because you've been doing so well, or you've been treating yourself so well, or you need to get into that caloric surplus so as your body continue to function, your mind can continue to function on a certain level of sanity, that's why you do it. So you can overdo anything, and so it's really, really good to give yourself that refeed meal so that you still feel like a human being, but at the same time know why you're doing what you're doing. And I think that's one of the huge problems.
Yeah. Another problem is what we're watching and what we're surrounding ourselves with, right?
Yeah.
You got to be careful. I mean, if you flip on the TV, there's 8 different food networks. There's not one gym network.
Not one. And even on the food networks, there's really not any like we're making healthy dishes today networks.
No,
it's like Diners, Dash, and so there's never.
I used to watch it every single day.
I did watch it every day. Actually, I don't watch the Food Network now because I can't eat any of that stuff.
Yeah, now I don't.
And it makes you go, I want a pound of pork ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So you really don't need that at all whatsoever. And they get a lot more praise for doing things that they actually shouldn't do. So yeah, you guys really got to be mindful of the fact that first of all, you shouldn't like everything.
No.
You can't like everything. Get over it. You're not put here on this earth to just love everything that you do all the time. I write on my Facebook all the time, no struggle, no muscle. That's actually what it boils down to. How much time do we got left?
We got a couple minutes. So.
Okay.
I want to take us back to our specials right now. So we got $9.99 enrollment.
Good.
No key tag fee, no enrollment fee. So it's $10. You can sign up for the month.
That's ridiculous. By the way, it comes to $11.28.
Yep.
You can cancel if you don't like it. There's no commitment. I think 80%, 90% of the people are like, listen, I love the gym. I didn't even know it was here. It's absolutely amazing. You get a free fitness. You're getting a free fitness consultation when you join up. We'll help you, hone in on your goals. Get to specifically where you want to be. And then what else? We got the link in the description right now, right?
Yep. So make sure you hit that link. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be going live only from there. We're cutting it down to about 3 days a week. And as soon as we hit that 200 subscriber mark, we will be doing a draw.
Yeah, and we're only going live
from there as well.
I actually want to touch on what Theo just said. He said big problem in Windsor is mental health.
Yeah.
Mental health is huge, and that's why we're living to eat instead of eating to live. Yeah. A lot of people are drugging ourselves to feel better because we're not facing or able to handle the actual tough times. The best antidepressant is fitness, so that's a really, really good one.
Yeah, that is really good.
So we got the $9.99.
And you know what? I posted something the other day about that too. It was a picture of a trail.
Pissed.
Somebody was walking the trail, and then somebody was
taking a pill. Yeah.
And it said the best antidepressant is just getting out and getting active.
Yeah.
And people were actually upset. They're like, it's not for everybody. Like, actually, it is.
It is for everybody.
If you're
God made you
active,
to walk.
Yeah.
And there was no pills when we were born.
No.
So I'm not going to argue about that right now because I don't want to actually offend anybody, but the reality of it is I was on antidepressant earlier this year and I stopped because they created minor hand tremors. Now I focus on trying to be more aware of my body and fixing it naturally. Thank you. You just said everything I was supposed to get pissed off and say without offending anybody.
Yeah,
so the reality of it is we're all going to have problems. We're all going to have tough times. We're all going to have stresses. What are we going to do? Are we going to choose to feed our body the things that it actually wants, or these man-made things that are going to actually create more problems, more stresses, and then keep us away from being more physically active? Caitlin's doing absolutely amazing, by the way. So she's actually a living example. And if you go follow her on Instagram, or if you follow any of her snaps, you're going to see majority clean eating, studying, and lifting. Yeah.
And she said something earlier too. She said every time I want to go to McDonald's, I hear Lauren's voice in the back of my head. And that's something too, man. If you're having trouble, if you're struggling with getting down this eating,
we got to get Marty on here for training Thursday.
Yeah, we do. Hire a coach. Hire somebody to tell you.
Marty is my trainer, dude.
Don't go to McDonald's because it's bad for you, and you're gonna feel like shit, and you're gonna ruin all your games.
And have somebody to be accountable for you, man. Yeah. I'm a trainer. I have a trainer. Trainers training trainers is really important. Marty said we were born to move, so shut the hell up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even trying to be rude, but shut up. We're born to move. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear I don't have enough time. If you're typing to me on a keyboard right now, you already had time to do 10 punches. So you got enough time, but you got way more excuses than you got time. That's your problem. So we got the $9.99. We got the 28-day challenge starting at $124. 8 half-an-hour sessions really, really gets you into the mindset to continue. A lot of people that are doing the 28-day challenge are parlaying into 36 sessions, 48 sessions. Really seeing the progress. We do a really, really good job. of just keeping our clients accountable. I think that's one thing that we do better than a lot of the other gyms in the whole entire city, and I can just say that in confidence because I know that we do that specifically. We're gonna sit down with you, explain to you your caloric intake, and if we feel like it's gonna be too stressful for you, we ain't gonna explain it to you until you prove that you can actually stick to what we've actually prescribed. So the 28-day challenge is absolutely amazing. FlexLife.com is going back live in the next 24 hours. It is nasty, like it's sick.
It is.
We have one of the sickest websites in the world. Not the city, not the country, not the continent, the world. We went through a lot of websites while we were revamping and updating this website. Completely informative. Shout out to Dark Roast for all the help that they've been giving us, and Kim over there has been very, very informative, and she's been very hands-on with us.
She's been dealing with me.
Yeah, and me, and I'm tardy and everything, but I'm not doing it for nothing. I'm actually really, really busy, so don't just walk in, make an appointment. Please. But yeah, I mean, it's very, very informative. Prices, classes, times, memberships, sign up right on site, merch, everything. Everything's there for you. So FlexLife.com is coming up. I showed up today.
Yeah, I want to talk about that too, man, because Theo had surgery yesterday. And he came in to work out this morning at 5 a.m.
Yeah, he did.
Like, come on, man. And then he left and drove back to London to go back to the hospital. You have time to work out.
We're accepting resumes, but we're not accepting excuses.
No.
The how and the why, yes, those are the two most powerful things in your whole entire life. The how for me was, getting there and getting rid of the excuses. The why for me was my grandmother, my son, and all the other people in my family.
You gotta have it.
That I watched die because they were living to eat. Yes, the whole entire world and the universe is Flex, so you got time. So we got the 28-day FlexLife.com coming up, $9.99. Come in, no key tag, no enrollment, all through February 28th. Hit up the SOSS link on YouTube.
Check out the website as soon as we drop it, and our draw. We got a draw on Facebook right now as well, so check that out. And we'll be giving away some memberships later on in the evening as well.
Yes.
And remember, guys, don't get lost in the sauce,
because the whole entire world is.